Hi guys, imagine this for a second. A woman at a bar or the popular girl in high school is approached by a guy. But as soon as she looks at him and notices him in her space, there's a strong repulsion to get away. Maybe it's the way he looks, the way he speaks, or just a feeling that she can't quite explain that gives her the ick. She's not attracted to him and tries to turn him down with a polite rejection. But the guy just doesn't take the hint, and that's when a rush of emotions and instinct sets in. She wants nothing to do with him, and so in turn she comes off exceptionally strong. She yells at him and then walks away. What you just witnessed is the manifestation of a biological instinct that even women themselves can't quite fully explain. Over the last 100,000 years of human history, and even further back with our ancestors, getting a chance to mate and have offspring was like a harsh competition where only some could win. And if you didn't win, it could mean the end of your family line. This battle for survival influenced not just who was able to have children, but also shaped how humans evolve over time. And that means many weaker, lower quality males were desperate as ever to reproduce, giving rise to the brutal reality of and sexual coercion. If a woman was caught alone in a hut or a cave by a male, she understood in the back of her mind the thin line she was walking on. Sure, she could reject his advances at first, yell at him, push him away, etc. But the moment he became angry or overcome with lust, there was little she could do about it. The men were stronger, taller, and could easily overpower the females into submission. Now, don't get me wrong, it's an uncomfortable truth. It's an uncomfortable thought, but by undesirable men was a very real threat for women because there was no way to fight off the male physically. Pan this reality across thousands of years, and you start to see these sexual strategies embed themselves as psychological instincts. Multiple researchers have compared even modern men's persistence in pursuing a woman as a remnant of this instinct. On the flip side, women have developed emotional responses that drive them to run from these scenarios. After all, every emotion is just a feedback mechanism. And emotions like fear and disgust are feelings that have helped our species keep a distance from potential harm, like a poisonous plant or a dead animal we shouldn't eat. In a similar way, the ick factor to an undesirable male is part of the male avoidance strategy, as it's known in psychology. It's an umbrella term that describes the filter of female sexual selection, which creates a repulsion to inbreeding, sexual contact with unhealthy men, and even men with otherwise undesirable traits that the woman does not want in her children. Is translated into a feeling that makes her want to get away. Stress hormones are then released and the woman feels a fight or flight response, similar to the response to a predator. Now, this is a truth that will be rough on a lot of guys, but the reaction of a woman to a guy she actively does not like is to feel a mix of fear, anger, and disgust. These are emotions that stress her out and make her cringe if he even gets too close to her. And you can actually see this truth manifest itself in the world of dating for anyone that wants to see them in action. Apart from the scenario I talked about in the beginning, try to think of the last time you saw a female be physically close to a guy she doesn't like. You almost never see it. The only exception would be if a woman has incentive to be close to that guy, like a sugar daddy. Touch and physical closeness are off limits to a guy she feels that repulsion to. If you've ever wondered why women so often use the word creep to describe a guy that gives them that ick, now you know. So what can a man do to fix this situation after he's given women the ick? Here are 3 steps. Number 1, leave her alone and walk away. The first and most respectful action is to recognize her disinterest and physically distance yourself. This not only drives home the fact that you have standards and boundaries, but also preserves your dignity. Number 2, focus on why this may have happened. If you think she was valid in her feelings, reflect on the interaction and try to understand what might have triggered her reaction. Was it something you said, maybe the way you approached her, or maybe it was a misunderstanding? This reflection can provide valuable insights for future interactions with women. Number 3, improve emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is key in understanding and managing not only your emotions, but also in noticing emotions in others. Improving this can help you become more aware of social cues and adjust your approach accordingly. Now, I know these concepts may be tough for a lot of men to digest because they offer limited alternatives when dealing with a woman who simply isn't interested. But understanding how the female mind works when it comes to attraction will at least make you see it from her side. And I believe it will at least prevent guys from wasting time chasing a woman that's not meant for them. So with that being said, until the next video, I'll see you guys later.